We are all passionate about something. There's something inside of us that we know that we are meant to do. Whether it's a business you want to start, or an existing business that you want to grow, or maybe it's a cause that's really near and dear to your heart and you want to help spread that message. You want to help people live a healthier, happier lifestyle. Or you want to empower more people to take control of their finances. Or maybe you're really passionate about bringing more art and culture into the schools because you want your child to be exposed to that, and that's important to you. Or maybe you're super involved in the community and you know that you can help make a difference. You're involved in the local politics and sometimes you think, hey, if I had one of those leadership roles, I know that I could change this place for the better. Whatever that passion is, it's in us for a reason. And we think about these ideas. They keep us up at night. We're so excited, and we believe that we're meant to do something with those ideas. And because we're so passionate about that stuff, we have an idea. We have this really big, crazy, awesome idea, and it's going to change the world. And we know it's a great idea. I mean, we don't want to brag or anything, but it's going to make a big difference in our lives and the lives of others. And just as quickly as we come up and think about this idea and how we're going to start taking action on it, just as quick as we think those things, that voice in our head pops up and starts saying things like, yeah, right. Who are you to do that? That'll never happen. Or somebody's already done that. There's no way you'll be able to figure this out. And that is a critical point in your life. Because during that moment, you get to decide. You get to decide, I'm going to listen to that voice, and I'm not going to do anything. Or I'm going to shut that voice up, and I am going to pursue this idea, and I'm going to make something happen. So I hope that you decide to take some kind of action. And this is where it's really exciting, because during that very pivotal moment in your life, it can seem a little overwhelming because we have this crazy idea, we have this big vision for what we want to do, and it can seem overwhelming, but all we have to do is one thing. We get to just take one step forward. Just one. We may not have all the answers. We may not know how we're going to create this big idea, but that's all right. We just have to take one step. I read a book that I recommend all the time, and it's called The War of Art by Steven Pressfield. And it's an incredibly beautifully written book, and it's all about the resistance that we have when we sit down to do the work that we're meant to do. So the second that you decide you're going to take this initiative and you're going to listen to that voice inside and you're going to pursue whatever it is that you can't stop thinking about, the second that you decide to sit down and do that, whether it's to sit down and to start writing that book or putting together that plan, the resistance pops up. That resistance that says, no, 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 don't do that. And it comes in all different forms. It's the resistance where you sit down and do something and, hey, you know what? Right before that, I'm just going to check my email real quick. Or you know what? I'm just going to hop on Facebook for a second, spend 5 minutes there. And we all know what happens there. So we need to sit down and do the work. We need to take those first few steps. And when I think about the work that we get to do with the passion that we have, I love hearing different stories, these success stories of someone that just had an idea and got started. So I look at someone like Sarah Blakely, the founder of Spanx. She figured out a solution to a problem she was having, and she ultimately became the youngest self-made billionaire with this one idea. And she didn't know where she was going when she started, but she started working towards something that she believed in. Neil Blumenthal and his college friends, they said, you know what, this is crazy. We're spending way too much money on eyeglasses. What if we want to have a couple different pairs? They should be way less expensive. So we're going to do something about that. People thought they were crazy because who would buy eyeglasses online? They founded Warby Parker and completely disrupted the eyewear industry. Crazy idea, and they got started, and look what happened. So one of my friends, Mary Wong, she is the president of the Office Depot Foundation, and this woman's got crazy ideas, crazy awesome ideas, and she is changing the world every single day. She impacts millions of people and changes their lives. And that wasn't enough. She wants to do more. So she decided, you know, I really want to empower more women to take control of their business and life because I see a lot of women struggling. And she didn't know what she was going to do, but she decided that was in her heart and something that kept her up at night. And so she wanted to do that one thing, take that one first step. So she said, you know what, I'm just going to create this big women's symposium. And I don't know how I'm going to get people there and what I'm going to do, but I know that I'm going to create it and it's going to work out. So she decided to do it and take that step. She found a venue, she booked a date, she came up with the agenda, she got speakers, and then she started marketing it. And you know what? That first year, it was a little bit challenging to get people there. It was new, it was different. And then that day was so impactful for the women who came, she decided to do it the year after, and the year after. And today, people talk about that conference. It's amazing. And the last one that she had over 400 women there that were incredibly supportive and excited to be there, and she helps change these women's lives just by taking that one step. And the cool part about taking that one step, it's like we have to build on that one step. So you take that one step and then something happens that you can't even imagine. And then you take that next step and something happens. It's kind of like in that movie Frozen when Elsa's running up those stairs, those frozen stairs, and she's running, and there's actually no stairs in front of her until she creates them. So she's running and creating those stairs as she goes. And we get to do that in our business and in pursuing whatever that desire is inside of you that you want to pursue. And so for Mary, she took that step and she started this women's symposium. And now years later, from the women's symposium, these other women got on board with her mission, because when we take that step and we start to share into the world this passion that we have and the difference we want to make, we start to see these people who want to collaborate with us. They hear our vision and mission and they say, you know what, I'm on board. I want to help. I want to do something with you. And from that, all of these other things start happening, things that we can't even imagine because we're just not there and we don't see it, we don't know. So I'm reminded of Simon Sinek, that whole start with why. The why is in you. You know that you're meant to do something. We don't always know the how, but the how will show up as we're building that staircase. It's exciting. It exposes us to all these different people and all these different opportunities that'll just show up because we're doing the work that we're meant to do. And so with that example of Mary and this women's symposium, women started saying, hey, we want to be connected on a more regular basis. And so then she said, cool, I'm going to start this little monthly program. And now she has this Wing Woman program where we meet every single month. And then as if that wasn't enough, now we do a live show every Wednesday to keep everyone connected, to let everyone know what's going on in our community. And not only to let everyone know, but also to introduce everyone to each other. We talk about different topics that are of interest to help these women create a better business and life for themselves. And all of these other things are happening behind the scenes. Why? Because of somebody willing to take that first step, and then the next one, and then the next one. So whatever that is for you, whatever passion, that desire, that dream, that thing that you know that you're meant to do, it's there for a reason. And know that when you sit down to do the work, that resistance is going to show up. And that's only proof that you're meant to do that work. We need to shut down the resistance. Another one of my favorite authors is Ryan Holiday, and he has he's written a number of different books. The Obstacle is the Way, Originals, Ego is the Enemy. And I love it because he talks about how he knows that he is meant to be an author and a writer and to share these ideas that change people's lives. He knows and believes that. And he talks about the resistance. He says it's hard to sit down and write. It's challenging, but I know that this is the work that I'm meant to do. And so every day he needs to fight that resistance and push forward to continue to inspire and empower other people with his message, the one he knows and believes that he's supposed to be out there sharing. So whatever that looks like for you in your life, in your business, that passion you have inside of you, don't let it die. Take that one next step. Figure out what that is. You'll start to build your tribe, your community, the people who want to support you. So it's up to you, it's up to all of us to do the work that we're meant to do. Thank you.